We started from the morning. The atmosphere was very calm, and almost everyone who came through basically shared some hope of confidence.
I believe at the end of the day, competitive process, the party will coalesce around the new leader who will then be able to lead us in a unified manner to the election. There's some who are calling for me to endorse their candidates. I haven't endorsed anybody. The election is not mine. If I had, I would decide it. I don't decide it. It's the delegates in our party that decide it. I'm the first representative. I've said it several times. I'm the first representative. At the end of the day, I believe that when the moment comes, the mayors will reflect on who best can get us out of these difficulties and take us to the next stage. That is the new Patriotic Party.
Party stalwarts who came through, and they also expressed optimism. Keen among them is the former party chairman, Freddie Blay, who also mentioned that he's hopeful this whole exercise will end very smoothly. And their main focus is towards the November election when the top 5 are elected today.
After this, there will be 2nd or 3rd November voting. Then, of course, we prepare towards the general election itself. I think so far, so good. And we are exhibited good conduct, good management, and it's an example. We should influence our opponents, other parties. That election itself is an offer to offer yourself to service the country in whatever capacity. It shouldn't be any hostilities that should lead to violence and so forth.
We shouldn't appear as though we have no direction, we don't know what we are doing. We have a clear idea as to where we want to go, except that this is Greater Accra, quite a difficult region politically. And so you can't predict what will happen. All the research we did internally prior to today's election, we think that what actually happened is not too different from what we anticipated. Of course, we're wishing it could have been better.
Alan team, some of them came through with some agitations. To mention specifically Bawumia Asamoah, the former Director of Communications of the NPP, who made some allegations that in the northeastern region of the country, where they are hoping the same exercise that is taking place here also took place in that particular region, there were some allegations that Alan's agent was assaulted, and these allegations we can't confirm. Those were allegations made by the former Director of Communications of the NPP, Bawumia Asamoah.
We are assuming that Team Bawumia has instructed people to show the ballot as they go along. That is against the rules that we all set for ourselves. And if the rules are being broken with impunity, then we must take punitive action. The party says, the rules say that any ballot that ought not to be in the box is rejected. So if those ballots have gone into the box, the entire box must be rejected. That is our position.
Are you not beating retreat so quickly?
What is retreat? From what? This is a mere selection. We are electing, you are selecting 5 people. You are not even electing him. You are selecting 5 people. We don't need to be first or second or last. We are in the 5. It is not our intent. It's not our target to be defeated in what sense? That will not be part of the 5. And you think that allowing somebody to break the rules with impunity means that you are defeated?
Some aggrieved factions actually spoke to the media, and they registered their displeasure with the process.
Today is a short list, and they shortlisted 5 people. Are you getting it? So we are part of it. On the 4th, we are going to win the 4th elections. I am telling you.
You were making some allegations as far as money playing a part in this whole process. How true is that?
Ask the delegates whether they receive money or not. You ask them.
Do you have evidence?
But do you have any?
I am saying that nobody would deny a fact that when you are contesting an election, you don't pay money. But the quantum.
Did Alan pay money?
The quantum is the question.
Quantum from which headquarters?
I am saying that. If I sit here and say no, I am a hypocrite.
All the difficult political situations in our country, this political tradition has survived because it's a tradition that was not formulated around individuals or personality calls. It is based on principles, virtues, dedication, sacrifice, service. That is what NPP stands for. It's a truly national party, well-organized party, and I'm confident that at the end of it all, what the majority decides is what the party desires.
Going to elections, sometimes I'll say some candidates will behave like case. When you give them toffee, they will still ask for more. And so yes, we've had to resolve concerns from candidates one or the other. And I'm happy with the way we've carried it. They are all happy about the conduct, the agreement that was put into the guidelines. It's what we are seeing today.
A number of them are also alleging some breach of the rules of the game, and therefore from the Alan Cup, they are mentioning the someone showing ballot papers to the crowd, which is not supposed to be done, and they are calling for the annulment of that particular election. As the director, what's next for you?
Well, this issue is not before us as a committee, but we have said, and we issue a communique to that effect, that whoever shows his or place of vote cast will have it nullified, that particular one. If it happens, we are expecting reports from the committee responsible for the conduct of the exercise.
The police, as part of its security measures, has also set up its control room, which is more like a monitoring center, monitoring from a wide screen with men behind their computers, basically monitoring all websites across the country, from media houses, YouTube channels, and even live feed from almost every media house you can think of across the nation. And they are on the spot addressing every security concerns that may come to their attention from time to time.
We are currently at the Joint Operations Center within the precinct of the National Police Headquarters. That is where we have officers who are monitoring the security situation across the length and breadth of today's exercise.
What feed have you picked from across the board so far? Generally, what has come to your attention that is of security concern?
All right. So generally, as part of our monitoring and coordination, as I indicated earlier, security situation is very calm. We haven't recorded any form of chaotic scene at any polling station. Policemen are on grounds. Voters can freely walk to their polling stations, cast their vote, and then leave. So generally, the security situation, the outlook is okay. There is no form of intimidation, fear, or panic across board.
At the end of the entire process, Dr. Siribo Kwaku, the director in charge of election operations, was at the NPP headquarters to announce the top four. We understand there was a tie at a point. To break it, there's going to be another election. But here is Dr. Siribo Kwaku addressing the press after the day's exercise.
The election was held in 17 polling stations, 16 regions prior, the head office one, making it 17. And when we put the results together, these are the figures. Ken Ohin Agyapong had 132 votes. Alan Kyerematen had 95 votes. Joe Gatti had 4 votes. Kojo Poku had 3 votes. Osu Afriya Koto had 36 votes. Kobna Agyapong had 6 votes. Francis Adenimo had 9 votes. Kofi Kunadu Aproko had 0 votes. Boachi Agyapong had 9 votes. Mahamudu Bawumia had 629 votes. So when you asked her to give you 5 people. Yes. So clearly you can see from these figures that Ken Agyapong is elected among the 5. Alan Kyerematen is one of the 5. Osu Afriya Koto is one of the 5. And Mahamudu Bawumia is another one of the 5. Then when you come to the 5th position, two people tied. So there's a tie between Francis Adenimo, 9 votes, and Boachi Agyapong, 9 votes. Meaning we have the 4 for you, and the 2 are tied. So the party will have to take a decision with respect to breaking the tie.
The vice president taking part in the process, the wife standing right beside him.
And I'm thankful to God for the emphatic nature of my win. As you all know, we are 10 candidates who participated in this election, and I won over 2/3 of the votes counted, and the rest of the 9 together scored less than 1/3 of the total votes. And so I am very, very humbled, very grateful for the outcome of this election.
I am Fred Duho reporting from the NPP headquarters at Asalam Down for Citi News.